Hello, my name is Christopher Shar. I'm a junior finance and business economics student at Grand Valley State University. Today we're going to be talking through our Finance 320 presentation on what's on the web 3.4 asset utilization ratios. It's a problem from the book. So we were told to find the most recent financial statements for Walmart and Boeing and then calculate the asset utilization ratios for these two companies. And we're kind of just measuring how well each company can utilize their assets, essentially. But then we'll go into, kind of some comparison for, are these ratios similar? Are they different? Why are they different? Or maybe why are they similar? So, we kind of chose to do this problem just because we thought it would be interesting to review Boeing and Walmart. Even though the industries are different in nature, we thought it would be a unique opportunity to just look at how they utilize their assets, understanding that Boeing probably has more assets as they are manufacturing more, and Walmart is, a grocery store, so that could be a little bit less, but, we were excited to learn about it. And for the financial statements that we'll be using, they're the 2023 fiscal year financials off the company's websites. It was through their 10Ks and then kind of just different reports that we were able to find the units that we needed. And we provided them in millions for simplicity, just because thousands or single numbers would be too long of a number because they're doing pretty well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Aiden McDonald. Now that we have identified the necessary financial information for Walmart and Boeing respectively, we can dive into the financial ratios we thought would be important to highlight in order to further understand these two companies. Our main focus regarding the financial ratios was the asset utilization ratio, or also known as the total asset turnover. This calculates total revenues over total assets and displays how well a company can use its assets to generate sales. The next ratio we chose to calculate was capital intensity. While this ratio is just the inverse of our first calculation, it is still important to analyze since it explains the level of assets a company needs to start making sales. Additionally, we looked into the receivables turnover ratio. This ratio shows the relationship between sales and accounts receivable. The quotient of these financials shows how well a company collects its debts from consumers. Now, contrarily, we also looked at the payables turnover ratio, and this ratio shows how quickly and efficiently a company can actually pay off its own debts, so its suppliers. Now, this number is found by dividing cost of goods sold and accounts payable. Our final ratio we evaluated was inventory turnover. This utilizes cost of goods sold and inventory to find how quickly these two companies produce and sell their products. And the higher the number, the more products a company sells to consumers comparatively to their goods, or to their cost of goods sold, Now I'm going to turn it over to Isaiah, and he's going to go into the comparison between Walmart and Boeing in these ratios.
Thank you, Aiden, for taking these financial ratios and showing us what they really mean. Now let's put this into practice. I'm Isaiah Monarrez-Ayala, and I'm going to be comparing the numbers between Boeing and Walmart and what these financial ratios between these two companies are really showing us. And start with total asset turnover. Boeing has a total asset turnover of 0.57, while Walmart has a ratio of 2.51. What does this tell us exactly? Walmart operates in the retail industry, and they have less assets than Boeing does. While they might have more current assets, their longer assets are less expensive due to them having generic machinery and facilities. Boeing, on the other hand, they must have custom machinery and facilities in order to make the things they do, which is planes. While Boeing has sales, Walmart has more sales with less assets. Next, we have capital intensity. The capital intensity of Boeing is 1.76, while the capital intensity of Walmart is 0.4. Because of the industry they're in, Boeing's craft is much more capital intensive, meaning they have a lot more resources that they need in order to generate a sale, versus Walmart, they're in the retail industry, so they do not need as many resources in order to make a sale. They generally just need the short-term asset, a facility, and they can start selling. Versus Boeing, they have to manufacture the product, then find someone to sell it to. Next, receivables turnover. Boeing has a receivables turnover of 29.37, while Walmart has a receivables turnover of 77.06. This is because of the industries they're in. Walmart primarily sells things instantly. People come into the stores, they buy the groceries, and they pay for it all right there. Usually not really financing things. Sometimes they will with certain electronics. However, Boeing, pretty much all they do is finance, and they have to give out these they sell their things on credit. A lot of the people they sell to are corporate clients or governments, usually like on credit terms. These sales take longer to collect because they're payment periods, and not just one and done payments, but rather they're payments along a certain timeline. Now it's time for payables turnover. Boeing has a ratio of 5.7, while Walmart has a ratio of 8.9. Now, as if you remember, payables turnover is how efficiently a company can pay off its debts. Due to the strong cash flow from daily sales, Walmart has a lot of cash flow that they can use to, in turn, pay off their debts very quickly. Boeing, however, we remember they deal with long-term projects, and their payments are over a time period rather than instantly. This means they have to strategically pay off their debts and can't just do it all at once, like how Walmart does it quickly because of their cash flow. Lastly, we have inventory turnover. Boeing has an inventory turnover of 0.86, while Walmart has an inventory turnover of 8.45. That's not easy to say 3 times in a row. So Walmart deals with consumer goods and things like groceries that go bad quickly. So in turn, they have to produce them and sell them quickly as well, or else they're just going to go to waste. Now, how we explained before, the products Boeing sells are very large airplanes and different technologies related to it. These don't sell as quickly, and in turn, the time that it takes to make it to sell it is a lot longer than compared to Walmart's groceries that they have. Everyone can go to Walmart and buy an apple, but not everyone can go to Boeing and buy a plane. Now, these numbers were very interesting to review. As we can see, a lot of things that have to do with getting money fast, getting rid of your inventory. Walmart has Boeing beat, but that's really due to the type of industry they're in, and that's all that falls down on. That's why I think this was an interesting comparison, and why we decided to choose this, because we want to see exactly how these two different industries match up against each other. And it pretty much ended how we expected, I would say.